for someone being so stark in their opinion, you know, it's hard when you see somebody doing a complete about face. And what a lot of people are saying is most likely for money. But if you watch TV in the last, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years, you know Snoop Dogg is not hurting for money. All right, so you know these last few vlogs I've gone on little walks with you guys. But today is literally 1 degree outside in Chicago. 1 degree. I didn't say degrees. 1 degree. I'm not going outside, I'm sorry. it's too cold. It's not happening. But there's a bigger thing at hand going on right now in the world. That being, today is the inauguration of Donald Trump, who is going to be our new president again. And while I have my opinions on that, frankly, I'm not a fan. I'm still optimistic that he'll get some things done. And I'll even say this, I'm intrigued to see what he does. Because unlike other politicians, he's not boring. And I'm not saying our country needed to be all shook up crazy, but I am saying that this will be a very interesting thing to live through and an even more interesting thing to watch. Because I think if you're living through it, you're probably experiencing terror, you're afraid, you don't know how to feel, you don't know if your rights are going to be the same, you don't know if you're black or brown, will you be treated as kindly as you have been in the past in this country, you know, between the attacks on DEI, between the attacks where we are now enacting laws where the police will be allowed to stop and frisk us again, where he wants to give the police immunity. Like, if you are not white, you're probably shaking in your boots. If you are an illegal immigrant, they're coming for you. Literally tomorrow, they're hunting for you in the streets. It's terrifying, right? But then in the midst of all of that, you know, because we as people can't focus on the important things, everyone is pissed off at Snoop Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Calvin, if you will. Is that real name? Is Calvin? I think it is. Brodius, whatever. Anyway, Snoop Dogg is in trouble with everybody and basically getting canceled by the left. And really anyone who used to respect him, for performing during Donald Trump's inauguration, which wasn't really quite what happened. He performed at a crypto ball to celebrate Trump becoming president. But the thing is, this is where it gets murky. A few years ago, when Trump first won the election, Snoop Dogg himself made a very stark statement of who are these Uncle Toms and Coons who gonna get up there and dance for massa and support Trump. And the thing is, yeah, it don't look good. It does not look good, Snoop. It don't. When you went so hard, you literally went. You even went at Kanye. You said F Kanye for supporting Trump, and then you turn around and perform at something that supports Trump. For someone being so stark in their opinion, you know, it's hard when you see somebody doing a complete about face. And what a lot of people are saying is most likely for money. But if you watch TV in the last, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years, you know Snoop Dogg is not hurting for money. Or at least you hope not. Because he's literally like done commercials for everything. I think it's like between him and Shaq, like who won't turn down the bag. Like I think I saw Snoop Dogg most recently in a Corona commercial. You know, he was hosting something with Kevin Hart during the Olympics. He had the show with Martha Stewart, you know, Martha and Snoop. He had his own reality show. He had his own, actually more than one reality show. He had one where he was a coach of a football team for little kids. He obviously had his own show for a little bit on MTV. Like, he's been all over the place for as long as I can remember. And frankly, he shows up for almost everything for as long as I can remember. And so you know that man is not hurting for money. Again, unless he's like got some gambling addiction or something's going really wrong in his life and he's not taking care of himself the way he should. I don't know. I don't know. And to quote Kendrick Lamar, which you know I hate to do, was the edible? How much money is Trump paying you to show up and do this? Because the thing is, you already know what the implications of this last election were with Trump going around and literally questioning Kamala's blackness, literally putting in place policies that are going to make life harder for the rest of us. Maybe not you, Snoop, because you're already taken care of, you know what I mean? But for the rest of us, this is not an administration where we want to celebrate. Nelly is also performing for Trump. And I'm like, yo, here's the thing. Nelly, if you don't know, kind of went country a long time ago. And he probably knows the people that are currently buying his music are white people. And probably white people who voted for Trump. I'm just being real with you. Like, he put out an album y'all probably don't even know about a couple years ago where he did like a country rap mishmash thing. And I'll tell you, it's actually pretty good. There's one song on there called Little Bit. I love it. It's actually pretty good. But nobody rocked with that. Nobody in the hood was like, hey man, put on that country Nelly. Let's go. No. If Nelly is on here defending his decision, I'm telling you one right now. It's 90% going to be about money. He ain't going to tell you it's not about money. He going to say it. In fact, I think I saw the interview. It ain't about no money. Yeah, he did say that. It ain't about no money. It's about me supporting whoever's in office. I respect the office. Bro, shut up. I'm sorry. You don't. They paid you a bag, bro. I know they did. They had to pay you a bag. And let's be honest, the Nelly name don't mean anything anymore. But I guarantee you, as he performed at his inauguration, all those white people who supported Trump, all of them, are going to go, man, I wonder what else Nelly got out there. And your country songs are going to go off the charts. Like, probably not really. But they are going to probably do better than they did previously. This only helps to increase Nelly's name with the audience he's been going after. I saw him at Summerfest in Wisconsin. Wisconsin. That's where they make white people. Wisconsin, bro. Okay, I'm making a lot of white jokes right now. Y'all know me. I'm very humanist. I do not believe in separation of the races. I think we should all come together and work together as people. But I do find Donald Trump to be a very divisive force in that conversation. And, while I make those jokes, I do honestly want to say to you guys that I really do believe right now that we're in an interesting time in our country. We're in an interesting time in our nation where we don't know what's going to happen. I feel like with Biden, there wasn't a lot of shakeups. With Obama, there weren't a lot of shakeups other than maybe us finally getting, access to health care. But I feel like with Donald Trump's current administration, we're going to see some really big shakeups in this country. Some like we've never seen before. And I'm just warning everybody to brace themselves because it's either going to be really great and I'll have to eat some humble pie, some crow for not wanting to be our president, or it's going to be really awful. I just don't see this being a middle-of-the-road presidency. I don't see the middle of the road. And I'll be real with you guys. Like, I've had conversations with friends or people I called friends who, for example, support Trump. And I'm like, no, support Trump. It's all good. But just so you know, here are some of the things that he supports that are against your interest or my interest. And if you care about me or you care about other people, then you won't support this stuff, right? But I'm telling you right now, I've lost friendships because these same people then turn around and tell you, I love you, I care about you, you know me, man. Hey, you know how it is. I got friends of all kind of races, all kind of places. My prom date was black, baby. My prom date was black. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know how much I love the chocolate? Come on, man. These white people were saying to me who supported Trump. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. But then they turn around and they are fully for dropping DEI, which I made a whole video about this already. You can go watch that one. But I'll just make a small note here and say that DEI is not about the white person not getting the job over an unqualified black person. It is a qualified person going up against another qualified person, one of which already has social inheritance, one of which already has kind of an inherent, bias towards them because they are seen to be the normal, right? They're seen to be the safe type, right? It's giving other people who aren't inherently advantaged an opportunity to be advantaged as well. And it's not like they're going around hiring every single black person that walks through the door and just goes, hey, give me a job, sir. Let me get one of them jobs. No, it's not happening that way. You have to actually be qualified for the job. And I'm telling you right now, again, I've been in corporate America my entire career. I don't walk in and see a bunch of people who look like me who just aren't good at their jobs. They're not out here mass hiring people through DEI. It's not happening that way. It's just giving an incentive. What is wrong with an incentive to help people who are underrepresented? That's the point of DEI. It's not just race. It is also people in wheelchairs. It's also people with mental deficiencies. It is also other people who you look at and might go, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with that. It's not always my comfort level. You know what I mean? I just want to see everybody looking normal so I don't have to feel bad. Normal, you know what I'm saying? So like, that whole argument is crazy to me, but you're going to turn around and tell me that you love me and you support me and you care about me, and yet you are for a group of people or administration that is inherently telling you that giving me an opportunity is wrong giving me a chance is wrong. It's not about skin color. Again, underrepresented. That's why it exists. Underrepresentation. There are very few black-owned businesses in this country. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have the same equality of people who look like us running something. We don't have the same equality of people who look like us literally being able to make the big decisions. You know what I mean? And so that's why, because the thing is, with DEI, you need to just trust that whoever is hiring you, whoever is in HR, whoever is like in the top positions who make the big decisions aren't racist. You have to just hope. And I have not seen enough change in this country to say that we don't need the programs anymore. If everything had changed, I'd be like, yeah, screw that, bro. Hey, who cares about differences? Let's just all just be equal. But we're not there yet, and that's just what it is. So that's my opinion on that. Yeah, I can just go down that rabbit hole for a while. But anyway, I have a video that expands on that even more, so go watch that video. I'll put it in the link description down below. But beyond that, I'm just saying this. I personally respect Snoop Dogg for his hustle. We all have, right? We all have loved him for years. I personally respect Snoop Dogg for being, very unabashed in his opinions. But now I think that, here's the thing. I'll put him in the same bucket as Hulk Hogan. I do feel like supporting Trump puts a weird target on your head. It just does. Like, everybody for years loved Hulk Hogan. Even after he came out as being, racist, but hey, I'm a little bit racist. Hey, if you're gonna F a black guy, I'm paraphrasing here. He said the N-word. If you're gonna F a black guy, you better be a rich, tall one. You know what I mean? Like, what is happening, on this planet where he can say that, okay, and people still cheer for him because he said that, and then later people still cheer for him. But then he supports Trump at a rally and he goes out in LA and everybody's like, boo! Boo this man! Boo! You know what I mean? And I feel like right now, Snoop Dogg is facing that same level of cancellation. Because if you look on any blog from anybody who ever messed with hip hop, anyone who ever even remotely just used to say they love Uncle Snoop. Like, yo, man, he a fence sitter, bro. He won't stand on nothing. And now there's all these exposed videos coming out, and all these people going, yo, man, Snoop Dogg ain't never been on business, ever. And that's wild to me, because I thought Snoop was untouchable, you know what I mean? Snoop was a pimp at one point, all in our face, pushing drugs all in our face, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he ever cheated on his wife, but obviously having a wife, but also I'm hey, I get all these hoes, man. You know what I'm saying? Pushing infidelity, the idea of that in our face, at the same time pushing about being a positive father and a role model in our face, you know what I'm saying? Snoop, in my eyes, was always untouchable. He could do literally no wrong, but you support Donald Trump and you see what it is. And there's some conspiracy theories going on with this stuff too, you don't know. So conspiracy theory, really the biggest one, is that Elon Musk helped Donald Trump to steal the election through some form of technology. He apparently knew the election results hours ahead of time. And, there was even that speech that came out that Trump just did where he's all like, I just love Elon and those vote counting machines. He's straight up just telling on himself if he really did do something. And I think that what's going to be interesting in the years to come, I think we might find out through an investigation. There will be an investigation launched, I assume already, on the validity of this election. And I am very curious to see what comes out of that. Because I did think it was weird with how people voted in the election this year, or last year. And I say that because, the thing that doesn't ever happen, happened, which is people were voting for Democratic senators and Democratic judges, but then voting for Donald Trump as president. And that just doesn't make a lot of sense, because if you are someone who wants to see a Democratic, movement happen, that the power has to be matched, has to be balanced. So you have to some degree, have Democratic people in office and then also a Democratic person at the helm to drive forward the ideas and ideals that you see to be important, right? And it feels like if you're going to vote one party and then vote the other party, you're working against that interest. It doesn't quite connect to the common person who's been voting for the last few years. And again, I did no research on this. But I very much so just feel that, and that's a general feeling I have in my heart and my soul. That there is something a little bit off about how this election went. It just feels off. And if anyone out there has any opinion on like why that may have occurred, feel free to share it down below. I'm always on talk. But yeah, I just want to make an overarching video really discussing kind of the polarity that whatever Trump can create for a person. And it feels like to me a lot of the celebrities that support him are people that already either don't have anything to worry about, like Snoop. Snoop don't really care. Snoop could like never put out another album again. He's good. He's set for life, right? He don't care. Nelly only benefits again by supporting Trump, right? A lot of the South supports Trump, right? So then Carrie Underwood, she don't care. You know what I mean? Kid Rock gave up on black people a long time ago. He don't care. You know what I mean? Like again, the people that are supporting him, it seems to me only really have an advantage by supporting him. Is no one who's just out there like, I'm just doing this because I'm kind and I am going to let go of my bipartisan flag. I'm just going to let it happen. I think almost all these people have some benefit or have nothing to lose. And I think if you have nothing to lose, then you are the most dangerous of us all. If you have nothing to lose, then you'll do anything. And I think that might even be a good way to describe this presidency and what we're going to embark ourselves upon. Again, this being the inauguration, the first day of his presidency, is there's going to be a lot of things going on here that we don't know because, good Lord, this man will do anything. He has nothing to lose. This is his last term. He can't run for president again. I mean, the only thing he can really do at this point is tee things up for J.D. Vance to run for president after he's done. That's the best thing he can do right now, is make J.D. Vance look good. So keep in mind, when you see a lot of like statues and initiatives come through and it has J.D. Vance's name next to it, remember, that might be a political ploy to get this man to be the flag carrier for MAGA. Now, here's the thing. This is a thing I thought about already. If Donald Trump fixes MAGA, does MAGA still exist? Wait, I said it wrong. If Donald Trump fixes America, there we go. If Donald Trump fixes America, does MAGA still exist? Because you can't make America great again if Donald Trump made it great, right? So there will be no more MAGA. We can't make America great again because it will be great if he fixes it. You know what I'm saying? So let's make America great again. So what happens to J.D. Vance's next slogan? Like, what does that become? Like, keep America great. CAG doesn't sound great. Hey, y'all, keep America great. Hey, CAG. You can't do it again because that don't work. So again, it's like double syllables just feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like MAGA. That feels good. Okay. Obama. Wait, that's 3. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? More than one syllable feels good. One syllable feels like there's something missing. You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all, CAG. All right. Keep America great. We did it, baby. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, where do we go from here? Where do we go? That's a question and also a feeling. But just to round this whole segment out, I'll just say thank you guys for watching. I honestly want to say that I respect Snoop Dogg as a person, but I don't respect his move. Because again, if you're going to go so hard at other people's necks, literally calling them coons, well, here's the thing. With black people, if you call somebody a coon, that is one of the biggest, hardest insults you can call a black man. I don't care what I'm doing. I could be like knitting with orphans. Hey, you a coon, bro. I'm gonna stop. Hey, man. I'm just trying to knit this girl a sweater. Come on, man. It hits at your heart and your soul if you're proud to be black. Because you don't want to be dancing performative. You don't want to be someone's tool. You don't want to be, used, right? You want to be your own individual. You want to be your own man. You want to be in line with the culture, right? And again, that's a whole other topic. I got a whole video ready for that for later this week. Because the culture in itself, in my opinion, is kind of dangerous because it creates a identity in which we have to be a monolith. We have to be one thing, or we're not considered part of the crew, right? But I'll get into that much bigger. But overall, though, I respect Snoop, and I've always had him as one of my favorite artists. Someone who made it to the top of the mountain hill, and also was like, yo, let me diversify. Let me just see what else I can do. I have other interests. I'm not just one thing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna do weird stuff. I'm gonna do fun stuff. I'm gonna do serious stuff. I'm gonna just really enjoy my career, right? And he is a inspiration for that, right? But at the same time, if you can go so hard at other black people previously, you got to keep that same energy. You can say, hey, man, like I know what you're going to do. You're going to get on there. You're going to try to be real smooth with it. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I decided in 2025, I'm going to let go of the hate. You know what I'm saying? I've evolved. I'm a new man. You know what I'm saying? Snoopy D.O. double jizzle, you know what I'm saying? It's in the house for Rizzle, and I'm staying there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord taught us we got to turn the other cheek. The Lord taught us we got to forgive. You know what I mean? So I decided, you know what? I ain't going to hold no grudge. I'm going to go ahead and push it. And I was wrong in the past. You know? Pinkies up. You know, he might say all that. He might put it out there in a very smooth way. But at the end of the day, you have to know that he didn't think this through. And if he did, he just don't care about you. Because the fact is that he knows what his administration is a symbol for. He knows that any black man of prominence supporting Trump makes a difference, which is why he got mad at Kanye for doing it. That's why he got mad at Kanye for doing it. So he's being a hypocritical person, okay? And while we can't change his opinion, we can't do anything about it, we have to remind ourselves that celebrities are just that. They're just celebrities. They're not the people that truly make a difference in this world. They entertain us. They give us something to do when we're bored. They give us something to think about, when we're bored. But they're not the people we should look up to as our heroes or people that help us make political decisions. They're just artists, and they need to be treated as such. Now, if you don't know, I make videos here 3 to 5 times a week. I just make as many as I can and just put them out there and see what happens. I do shorts. Now I can do 3-minute shorts. Let's go. TikTok was saved, so still doing TikToks. And of course, I am making these long form videos here on YouTube again because I miss it and I miss you guys. So leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and give me a reason to make more videos. That's all I ask you to do. Leave a comment. Let's start a dialogue. I always respond back to everybody. Let's do it, y'all. My name's Chris, and I use teleport. Oh no! Listen, y'all, since I started this whole plant-based diet, I've been farting like crazy. Like, it's nuts, man. I mean, plants, seeds. Like, I'm not kidding, y'all. Oatmeal with flax seeds, oatmeal with nutritional yeast. You name it, I've been dabbling in it. And honestly, I've lost weight. If you probably can't tell. I've lost a little bit of weight here. I'm just gonna keep going for it. So I'm basically vegan right now without trying to be vegan, which is weird because I've always been like, ew, vegan, yuck, what's that? But now I'm like, you know what, beans are delicious. So I don't know. But yeah, that's why I even started these vlogs, is that I'm kind of cataloging myself, going through the journey of my 21-day fast, where I'm basically vegan but with no bread and no added sugars. And then on top of that, I'm also not drinking alcohol, which I do every year, at the beginning of the year, just kind of write it out. And I've already found one cool thing that happened, and that's that my snoring has apparently went away. And I think it might be the diet more than anything else. I think the diet is really what's doing it, because I was reading about it. If you eat more seeds and consume certain foods, it reduces the fat in your face or something like that, and then you just don't snore as much. So, woo! You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep rocking with it. Let's see what happens, because once I reintroduce some of these things back into my diet, if the snoring comes back, I'm about to be like, yo, you know what? I'm about to make a change for once in my life. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Happy Inauguration Day if you're celebrating. And let's talk down below. All right, y'all. Peace.